First, I want to talk about Wednesday. Look back at the tape. Again, another gutsy effort to come back. How did you feel about things looking back?
Yeah, exactly that. Gutsy effort, stick with it. Obviously, goaltender kept us in it at the start when we didn't have a great start, and then slip-ups there in overtime, gave up too many grade A chances in overtime, but opportunistic and got ourselves a win, a big win in the shootout.
One of the things we didn't talk about after the game on Wednesday was Zach Ostapchuk's shorthanded goal. He was the captain at the rookie showcase in Buffalo back in September. What can you say about how he's come along, and is that just, a glimpse of what he's capable of?
Well, if you've watched him since rookie camp, I think he gets better every game, every practice, every day. His trajectory's outstanding, what I think you want in a prospect, but he's had some games this year where he's been the best player on the ice for both teams, I thought. In Wilkes, he took a huge step and he just controlled the game and then carried it over into that game and had a big goal. And obviously he plays power play, penalty kill, and 5-on-5. So as a rookie, first-year guy, that's a lot of responsibility. And to do it and have impact on the game like he's been is a great showing for our organization and what he's going to be.
I feel like some people might look at that rookie tournament and see it as, not really a big deal, but Max Gannett was the captain there last season, and really he seemed to kind of be spurred on by that as well.
Well, it's a change. Those guys are coming out of junior and college, and there's guys that have been 1, 2, 3-year pros there. So that's a big difference for guys coming out of junior playing against a 16-year-old versus a 25-year-old with a wife and a kid. So I think that's the biggest change for those guys, that the pro mentality and how you prepare for back-to-back games in that tournament. But to give them the confidence to lead in that situation, I think it's great, and both guys benefited greatly from that tournament.
A couple of roster moves over the last few days. Kyle Betts, and Jared Lucas-Savage coming back on PTOs. What can you say about bringing them in, and how important is it to kind of have that familiarity with those guys who are coming up to fill some gaps?
Well, that's why they came back. You can get good reports, and we have pro scouting that does a great job and gets reports, but you know them, you know what they bring, you know how they fit in the room, you know their personality. The system hasn't changed all that much from last year, some tweaks, so it's easier for those guys to jump in and transition into playing with us, and especially when they know the guys in the room, they know the staff, they know the equipment managers. So that's where I feel it's the best when you have guys that are familiar with all those things to bring them in. And on top of that, they gave us some really good games last year, so excited for them to do again this year.
How do you adjust with Matt Highmore going up? He's obviously been one of the most productive forwards for you.
Same as we did all last year and same as we did at the start of this year. Next man up, somebody's going to get an opportunity to get more ice time. Somebody's going to get an opportunity to play on that first power play, and it's just all about opportunity and who grasps it. So everybody knows that everybody wants to go up. We're super happy for him to go up, and now whose turn is it now to step up and be the catalyst offensively for us?
With that in mind, what do you expect out of the Cleveland Monsters tonight?
They're good off the rush. They got some pretty tricky guys. That Fix Williams put up points for a couple years in this league. So pretty good transition team, pretty skilled team up front. Goaltender's playing real well. If that's the goalie we get tonight, I think he's 5-0-1 or something like that. So good team, big spot in the standings, big weekend for us against this group.
And the areas of focus, I suppose, to get this two-game set off on the right foot?
Well, I'd like to use our whole bench. I think we haven't done that a lot lately, and again, they've got a top 5 power play, so we've got to stay out of the box and let all of our guys play, so we're not overtaxing some guys, but again, still stick with us and let us dictate the game with our systems and how we want to play.
All right, Coach, and it is a military appreciation night here tonight. Obviously, the military is a big piece of this community. How important is it for the guys to have a night like this to recognize those men and women who serve our country?
I think it's huge, not only on Remembrance Day or on Military Night, but being in a community where it is the biggest base in Canada that, we live with amongst these people. They live on my street. They're friends of ours. I have friends that are in the military. So it's huge to pay respects to them, not only this weekend, but every day when you see them walking in uniform, just to nod your head or shake their hand and thank them for their service. And without them, it would be a mess. We see other parts of the world where not pretty right now, and they kind of hold us together and give us a great lifestyle and a quality of life. So greatly appreciative of everything they do for us, and it's not noticed, and not only on this weekend, but every day when you see those guys walk through our town in uniform.